If you're still chasing dollars for hours and wondering how you can get out of this hamster wheel, this video is for you. You found the right place, because boy, have I been there. I have been completely exhausted and realizing many times there just were not enough hours in the day to make a living wage. I was working too much for too little, and if that's you, stick around. I have some gems for you here. So what does chasing dollars for hours really look like? Well, it looks like a full calendar and an absolutely empty tank. It looks like having no work-life balance. It looks like saying yes to inquiries that you probably should say no to. You maybe had some red flags. You are working from a scarcity mindset where you're a little afraid that there's not going to be business next week or next month. So you're trying to take everything onto your calendar that you can, rather than really thinking through who are the right customers for me that are willing to spend if I were to raise my prices. It's saying yes to a $200 contract or product or service that should be $2,000. So that is what chasing dollars for hours looks like. And if that's you, we're going to continue on, and you're going to have some things to think about, and hopefully we get things set straight for you. Here's the truth. You'll never earn what you're worth if you don't take the time and the thought to believe that your time has value and it's not infinite. It's important to realize, even though we know this in our, right mind, that time is limited, but there's also a value to the time that we have, and we need to make sure that we're charging what we're worth. So you're not lazy, you just need a system. If you feel like maybe the opposite is happening, where you're burned out and you're already in a place where you don't want to chase dollars for hours, so you've kind of pulled back, you're not lazy, you just need systems and you need clarity. The real trap, and this I have been so guilty of, is wearing your work ethic like a badge of honor, like it's a part of your identity, and that's just not healthy. It is not a sustainable way to live. Yes, people really love a hard worker, but what does that really get you other than being able to say that, especially if you're burned out and you don't even have time to enjoy the fruits of your labor? So what would I do differently, and what could you do differently now? I would productize my knowledge, meaning I would take what I know and try to make as many high value products or services as I can out of it, rather than doing the smaller things. And I'm gonna use photography as an example, just because it's something that we probably have all, hired or done as a job. Mini sessions versus full sessions where we're really connected and giving time to our clients. So mini sessions are common in photography, and I call them churn and burn or crank and bank. And that is not in my world, in my mind, and in my life. Maybe other people have had a different experience. It is not scalable, because you're always trying to find new clients to take advantage of the churn and burn philosophy. If you have higher value sessions where you're creating an experience or an adventure, and you're really taking the time to get to know your customer, their vision, trying to bring it to life, putting the logistics in place, really putting thought and time and energy into that one bigger session so that you can charge more and actually spend less time in the end with a loyal customer also in the future, that is what I would do differently. It's slowing down to speed things up, taking more time with your customers or your service, and making it into a real product or a part of your brand. If there is a mini course or a video course that you can create to help teach your customers or to teach your peers how to do something that you're amazingly good at, make it a product and have different stems off of your business so that you don't have to do the chasing the dollars for hours thing only. You can still do what you love. If you're a landscaper, you can still do that at a higher value, but you can also have some products as a second part of your business where you're teaching valuable things that can help the people to take care of their new landscaping or to teach other landscapers how to do what you do and what your systems are. That's the first thing that I would change. Next, I would raise my prices and I would work less. Now, you definitely have to, have the expertise or the time and talent, like time put into your talent to do that. You can't do that right off the bat, but if you have been honing your craft for a while and you know that you could charge more, but you're really hesitant to do that because you're worried that your customers are going to go away, it's time to raise your prices. And it doesn't have to be astronomical. You can do it in increments and just feel it out and expand your rates over time. I know that we're in kind of a strange time economy-wise, but remember that what happens in the service industry or for small businesses is normally there's a lower end, entry level type of business, there's the middle, and then there's the high end. In a tougher economy, the middle goes away. All of those people have to get real jobs. So you have to pick, are you gonna be at the entry level of rates, or are you gonna be at the higher end where you're really serving your customers and you're known as someone that is the best or really is sought after? So next, I would automate the connection. I would nurture my clients that are already in my customer base and the ones that are starting to come into my world. That means email lists, lead magnets, getting systems in place so that you can connect with them without having to be present to do that at all times. And that is different systems like using ConvertKit or a similar platform for or Kit now is what it's called, for your email. Using your scheduling system for reminders and follow-ups. They're only $10 a month to have a scheduling system. It's so simple when you really take the time to do it. And sometimes that means taking a little bit of time off to get these things in place so that you can really go into your season like organized and making the most out of every minute so that you can have your time, maybe your weekends or your vacations with your family and not worry so much about constantly being present in your business. So I would scale value, not hours. I would automate the connection, and I would work less and focus more on the impact. Really something to think about. So how this changed everything for me and how it will change things for you. When I stopped chasing dollars for hours, I got my time back and I realized that the right people were willing to pay me what I was worth, what I am worth. People that are meant to work with you see the value and they want to work with you. So part of your branding, your website, all of your captions needs to be answering the question, why you? What does it feel like to work with you? What does it look like behind the scenes? Are you easygoing or are you crazy jazz hands? What spirit do you bring to your customer so that they know what they're signing up for and you're attracting the right people? So that really is a game changer. So it's not easy, but it is worth it to really take the time to think these things through and get them in place. So if you're done trading dollars for hours and you want to take a little bit of time to figure out how you can scale your business, maybe make some money in your sleep, make more money for less time, you're going to want to download my content clarity calendar that I have in the notes. That is going to help you at least to get some time back with your social media posts, and it's going to help you to think through your captions and your wording so that you can bring some of that feeling into your brand of why you. What is it about you that's unique? What does your feed look like? How does it feel to be around you? And bring that into your photos, your videos, and your captions. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just needs to be you. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you've watched this all the way through, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you next time.